Well, I met the homeowners by them calling me on the phone one day, and I met them at one of my homes that I'd recently finished, and they had been in one of my homes I'd done in '08, '07. It was a very modern home. It was for sale, and they knew that I had built it, and they put in a bid, and they didn't get it, and they kind of thought, well, if we're going to spend that kind of money, maybe we should just do what we want. So I introduced them with Steve Goldberg, who drew the plan. And these homeowners already had a designer that they had worked with on 3 previous homes, so this is their 4th project with Deanna. And so they had a really strong relationship. Deanna was also involved from the beginning with some of the plans.
They had a really good idea that they wanted a contemporary home. They had to identify that, hey, they wanted to work with Brad and Homes by Design and also Steve, the architect. So my role comes in is to ask them the right questions, talk about what's going to happen at the very end of the story, which is the artwork on the wall and where the chair is going to sit and how the faucet's going to operate for how they're going to entertain, and to make sure that we cross those T's and dot those I's. I just take it to the next level. Steve's designing this beautiful home, but if it doesn't translate to how they're going to use each space specifically, then we've all failed.
She just understands construction, understands what the builder needs, which is what really helps in a good designer, is help to get the answers the builders need to help keep the builder moving and help the process of construction.
The biggest surprise that I have in working with Homes by Design is how hands-on that they are in the design process. When I say surprised, I'm going to tell you that I was happily surprised. I've worked with the new construction industry for 25 years, and I've worked with some really great builders. I would consider Brad a designer builder.
Working with Deanna is a little different because she's very open-minded. She's very open to listen to my ideas. She just really kind of has a fun outlook on things. The homeowners are very much the same way. And half the times when we come up with an idea, they'd say, well, that sounds fun.
But the neat thing was, any idea or direction that we went, he was involved in and took our ideas and made them better. So we kind of became a team on it.
I'm constantly learning every day. That's why I like working with different subs, different contractors. I like working with different decorators and designers, because when I work with a different designer, they teach me stuff all the time.
It was super easy because I could say, hey, this is our intention and what about this? And before I knew it, he was designing the heck out of it, and we had what I hoped for, but better. That he's kind of never satisfied in the way that he always sees things and wants it to be better.
There's a lot of features in his homes, one of a kind, totally custom. Like the fireplace, a 15-foot custom fireplace. They seen a picture in a book from Australia. We have a custom front door that they seen in another Australian book. And we had to do a custom door that's 11.5 feet by 5 foot wide with custom copper cladding and finish on it. And
so you've got integrity and trust, along with somebody that is a good designer, and he's out there throwing a pen and paper. They're kind of a one of a kind. I've worked in the new construction industry in Indianapolis for over 25 years. This has been one of my most delightful, easy projects. And not easy because everything was so intentional and detailed on this, but easy because we were a team in creating what you're seeing.
Early on, I always try to start off immediately, once I get some sort of footprint, trying to start bringing in Phil, my landscaper, and we start trying to develop a master plan.
The difference is with Brad is we start conversation on landscaping at day one, and we talk with the clients all the way through the build process so they never forget. It's always in their mind, and what that does is, curb appeals everything. It adds value to the house. It adds resale value to the house. Brad has an eye that a lot of builders don't have for design, and Brad works directly with us through the design phase to make sure that the clients are getting exactly what they want.
A lot of people can design stuff, don't necessarily mean they get the job done. Phil's very good at actually getting work done. He's got like 50 guys. They're able to get in, get out, and do the job.
We're a full design build contractor. On the back end, we also take care of our clients' maintenance needs. Most of our clients, once we design and build this stuff, end up being clients of ours for the rest of our lives. We're going to be here for the long haul.
We got a big paver driveway out front. He's very good at pavers. About 4 guys laid every paver in the front driveway here. So it's not all about bushes. It's usually about all the other stuff, the lighting, the hardscape, the boulders, the other things that you can do. And that's where Phil and his team is very creative and really helped take some of my landscaping to the next level, which makes me look better.
Collaborating together to design these things has resulted in great success on our side and helped Brad's homes continue to look better than anybody else's.
Well, the AV stuff in this house is a big deal because all these modern homes, everything's all automated. Everything's automatic blinds, automatic lighting. You got tons of, wiring, smart home stuff and TVs, and everything's kind of nuts anyway. And so you got to have a good AV guy, and I hooked up with Chad about 6-7 years ago. He was done work with one of my other homeowners, and I used him one time. I'm like, man, this guy's awesome.
Typically when we work with a new homeowner, we'll meet at Homes by Design with the client and we'll discuss everything ahead of time, and then I can kind of get an idea of what the client's looking for. That way I can better help engineer a system for them. We try to approach these projects more from an engineering side as opposed to a sales side, just to make sure that we can design them to work exactly like they want.
He does a fantastic job. He's an engineer. He builds his stuff, it works. He does really care a lot, and he tries to do a really good job, and everything they do is just really top of the line, cutting edge. He stays right on top of stuff.
One of the exciting things here that we did at Dream Home was we created a really nice sports bar theme for the client. He wanted something that was more asymmetrical, that kind of blended into the environment. Putting 4 different TVs in there in kind of an asymmetrical pattern that all work individually so he can watch many games at once. But when he's not focused on a game, he can hit a button and he can create a mosaic, a great big panel where he can have an aquarium or any kind of outdoor theme going on where all the TVs work together in unison, even though they're in an asymmetrical fashion.
I don't know much about technology. I don't try to keep up with everything. It changes so fast, and that's what he does.
Technology is changing every day, and it can be challenging. So we always make sure that every day we are trying to learn the new things that are out there.
He's one of my best subs as well. It's just constantly trying to improve and thinking ahead and helping me. And there again, a good sub like that helps make me look better. Well, the thing that makes us a little different is I'm on the job every day. I try to be on all my jobs every day. Some jobs, maybe if they're further away, it's every other day, but I don't sit behind the desk at the office all day. And that's a little different probably from a lot of different builders. It's not a superintendent that's here every day, and they barely see me once a month when I give them a bill. I mean, I'm on the job. I'm meeting with them at least once a week usually. And I think that's what helps to make that connection and helps me to understand getting in their head what they want. And so, we try to help the house to evolve a little bit. These homes are pretty custom what we do, because no matter how much planning you do, until you see it framed up and you see it in space, you really don't quite understand some of the sizes and things. Maybe a lot of things change to you. So that's why we try to help let the house change a little bit as we go. And the difference there is that in doing that, I think our homeowners, at the end of the day, they just feel like, man, I wouldn't change nothing. I ask people all the time, a year or two down the road, what would you change? So a good response to me is when they say, well, I really wouldn't change anything.
Since we were not local, we knew nobody. We had no contacts in the Zionsville, Indianapolis area. So our real estate agent gave us the list of some builders, and we reached out, started interviewing and touring some of their completed homes, meeting some of their previous clients, and the answer became obvious.
Since we were remote, a couple things were important. Did they return phone calls timely? Yes, no, and the ones that didn't, wrote them off real quick. And then the other criteria that was really important for us, did they show up? Did they show up on time? Did they show up organized? And did they show up in a clean vehicle? If you're not clean, if you're not organized, if you're not efficient, then there's no way that you can complete this project. And so Brad, Homes by Design, was one of the few, in fact, one of one that met all 3 criteria.
We had a lot of needs and wants that were important to us, spaces that we wanted to incorporate in our house. And sitting down from the very beginning, it was really intimidating to try to throw all this into a design. And he just ran with our ideas and put our home together. He sat down for many hours to design our home and the layout. It went through many versions and drafts until it was absolutely perfect for us and what we needed. And during that time, the relationship with him was just amazing. He made us feel very comfortable and at ease.
Brad has a gift for being able to sort of know all this terminology and know all the lingo about building and bringing it down. I say he dumbs it down, you know, for us. He's so easy to talk to and so easy to get along with. And I think he understands that people don't know this stuff by nature. They're so comfortable that you never felt bad about asking questions, and you never felt like I was wasting their time. They're always there for you, you know, for us.
If you say you want wood beams a certain way, he would find that area and start drawing on the wall and show you the picture.
And if you would take away the paint on any of our walls, you would find a lot of drawings. There's nothing standard with Homes by Design. Everything is custom with Brad, and you won't walk into 10 homes and see the same thing, because every single one of them are different. And because he was on site every single day, I feel like he created unique areas in this house. He really maximizes all the space that's there. Like in the kids' rooms, there are little places where they each have their own little like hideout kind of places.
They had built or were putting a cabinet in our master bedroom that Brad initially had designed to have a refrigerator and a coffee pot in there, and I changed that to a cabinet that I could store things in. So Brad and his cabinet maker worked with me on doing a crackle finish that I just simply love, and it looks like a piece of furniture. The same thing in the cabinet in the kitchen that he built in kind of a corner area. When our son came to visit the first time, he said, "Gosh, I don't remember that piece of furniture in the other house." And my husband said, "Well, that's because that's a built-in cabinet."
I feel like all the builders I've ever heard of or met with or that we've used in the past have not had that sort of vision as to, okay, here's the home that you're wanting to build. Let's see if we can make it this much better without adding any additional cost or you know, any significant cost to you. And you end up with a higher quality product, something that's more unique than we could ever have imagined, and just overall satisfaction and happiness I don't think we could have had with any other builder.
He's perfect for what he does. He likes what he does, and I think the individuals that build with him see that in what he does and how he does it. We were just extremely impressed and actually enjoyed the whole process.
I would build with him again, for sure.